Welcome everybody. I'm Ian. This is Rich.
Hey there.
And we're a couple of knuckleheads just talking sports. So how you doing today?
I'm all right, thanks. How you doing?
I'm excellent.
Good to hear. Well, I got something to talk about.
Oh, well, yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
new.
We're not going to be able to solve it here.
That's totally new.
We never do. But getting stuff off our chest.
That's it.
I'm concerned about the Oilers. I'm an Oiler fan. I love McDavid. Love the team.
Who doesn't love McDavid?
They're fun to watch.
Well,
everybody he plays against.
Yeah, Calgary fans.
But yeah, I'm concerned about getting that third consecutive trip to the Cup because, slow starts have become their thing. Fine.
Yeah,
So you tend to not worry because the last couple of years they got off to terrible starts.
Right.
Got to the Cup final.
Right.
But this year, they're looking shaky on the back end, and they're only getting a lot of production from McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman now that he's back. Nugent Hopkins is doing what he needs to do. Bouchard, love to watch him in the ozone.
Yep.
But from the neutral ice back to the net, I close my eyes and watch through my fingers.
I think a lot of Oilers fans do.
Yeah.
That's and I can see that. I can see the defense as a problem, absolutely, because they're plus minus in as far as the team is concerned, goals for, goals against. It's all pretty even, and that you'd be surprised at with a guy like McDavid and Draisaitl and those. You know what you'd think it'd be a little bit more lopsided to offensive. And that just proves that they're having a little problem on the end.
Yeah.
What do you think about their goaltending, though?
They don't. Well, I mean, I was going to say even to that, you look at the numbers and it matches up because they don't pass the eye test if you're watching them. Their goaltending, they had to make a move. They did, and I when you make the case for or against Skinner, he takes some bad heat. That is not all his fault, and you look at the numbers and the stats, he's not terrible. And compared to Jarry, even right now, Jarry is not looking that great.
No,
but I think that the problem was that he bore a lot of the brunt because his biggest issue is like slow starts. I can't remember how many games I watched. Like one of the first 3 shots is in. Or 2 of the first 3 shots you're going, or 2 of the first 5, or something like that. Yeah. So he would, on the surface it looks like he's terrible, but even when you look at it and examine it and analyze what's going on the ice, there's so much defensive irresponsibility in their zone in front of them, even in past years. So, but this year particularly, it's really acute for some reason.
And I wonder if part of that is that it's not. They don't have enough players who are two-way that go. I mean, Hyman is your prime example of a guy who is like both ends of the ice. The guy is stellar on defense as well as forward. He can check. He can mark somebody. He's great. But do they have enough guys who are worried about offensive players worried about the defense? Because that may attribute to part of their problem.
I would not disagree. I think though, even just their defense, there's just something about how they. I don't know if it's the system. I'm not an inside hockey guy, so I can't really analyze that at all. Again, it's just how they, like the coverages just on the back end with guys sneaking down on the back door that somebody like Bouchard is not aware of, or they lose track of, or he's a nightmare in the neutral zone. Yeah. But the thing is, he's so fantastic on the power play and in the ozone.
Offensively, he's incredible.
And he's a weapon.
Yeah.
So that saves him. But I totally, I hear all the arguments about why, he should or should not be on the Olympic team, that kind of thing. And I think there's no way Team Canada's taking this guy as good as he is, because you just can't trust him on the back end.
Trust him on the back end. You got to have a defense.
And the only place that if you're looking for him as a specialist, they got Makar, so he's
Yeah.
not going to run the power play.
That's right.
So where does he slot in?
That's right.
But
That's right.
but yeah, I don't know. I'm concerned about them getting back to the Cup final. I think the Canadians are my team, and they're a hope for the future. But like in terms of a Canadian team winning the Cup,
Yeah.
it really boils down to Edmonton's
Edmonton.
the best shot
Yeah.
in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and you want it for McDavid.
I want it badly for McDavid.
You know, so and he like I don't think anybody wants like there's no questioning his commitment to wanting to win a cup.
Oh,
If you saw that, I think it was a Amazon Prime video from a couple of years ago when he lost it.
Yeah.
And it's so out of character.
I saw that. Yeah.
So
he went in the dressing room and just went off.
I don't even think it was at the end of the series. It was like it was somewhere in the middle of the.
He was just going off.
Like losing the first 3 to Florida. That would have been epic if they would have been able to come back and pull off down 3-0 and do that. But it's just so even if I'm not a fan, which I am of Edmonton.
Yeah.
You want it for that guy.
Yeah.
Because
you
it's
want
something
it so bad.
for me when I'm watching sports too. The guys that are the best, you want to see them win.
Right.
Because it validates that it's really important to be that good.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So
that's true.
It's one of those things that if a guy's really, really good, but he never wins, you go like, okay, how important is being so outstanding as opposed to a team concept or that kind of thing. So, and he's just so much fun to watch.
Oh, he's on another level.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I know.
But so the ultimate question is then, what the hell do they do?
Yeah, well,
how do they handle this, going forward?
I know. It's one of those things that, I think when I think about the team that they have now compared to, let's say, even just last year's team. And in a recent interview, Draisaitl, after one of their epic losses that I think everybody's wondering, how are they losing?
Yeah.
And they look sloppy in the back end and all that stuff. One of the reporters said something about, this team went to the Cup the last 2 years and whatever, and like Draisaitl almost cut him off and said, this is not the same team.
Yeah.
And I thought, bam, he's so right, because even watching them this year, you think about the pieces that they let go.
Right.
That you may not have thought was a big deal, or maybe they didn't want to spend the extra year contract on, like for instance, like Corey Perry or Connor Brown. Right. Guys like that are
that's
real
that two-way I was talking about.
Yeah, and they're real. They play a real strong role on the team.
Yep.
But maybe in making judgments, they're going, do we want to give Perry at 39, 40 years old? Do we want to give him that extra year?
Yeah.
And we don't.
Yeah.
And maybe we can find a cheaper replacement for Connor Brown and this and that. And so they bring in the kids.
Yeah.
And they can't fill those roles the same way. It's going to take a little bit of time. Maybe they're going to be better next year. But if you're looking to get back and to be consistently, I don't know if that team is the same.
If you want to take a run, I'm not sure that was the way to go.
I think they had no choice in. Again, you can probably defend Skinner.
Right.
But I think it's like one of those situations where. If he stayed on the team, it might have sort of you just get in that rut and making a move.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether it's his fault or not, it's just better for him and better for the team.
Yeah, well,
just
it's kind of a shake-up, right?
Just to change things up a little bit or whatever.
Yeah, you got to shake it up.
And Jari's still getting his bearings. He's not, and Pickett's now on waivers. I think he cleared. So
did he clear?
I think he cleared.
Okay.
I don't know if that means. That they're going to keep him and put him back in the AHL or on their farm team or not, but yeah, I think they just needed to do that. But I'm just not sure they're
ready to go.
Which is unfortunate because I don't think Florida's going to make the playoffs.
No.
And Tampa's looking strong, but it's going to be. I mean, coming out of the West now. Well, first off, they got to get by Colorado this year because Colorado's crazy.
Colorado's just nuts.
But this might be a really good year for them to actually.
Make a run.
Break through and get that first cup if they had all of the pieces.
The Lightning are looking pretty damn good though.
The Lightning are tearing it up. They had they're the Oilers from like last year. They got off to a horrible start,
but they're taking off.
They're just
So that looks like it looks like they're kind of having because you're not thinking they can make any moves or anything that would bolster that defensive side?
The others, maybe they
Yeah.
can. I don't know. You know, it's funny. I haven't looked at it from that perspective yet.
Yeah.
But because I'm just sort of so perplexed when I when I watch them and they're in their zone and think, oh, something bad's gonna happen. but it's true. I think the other problem that they may have too, I haven't really looked at it, is that they may be in a little bit of cap jail or maybe
Right.
cap probation because they're tight and making some
Yeah.
moves might be trickier.
Right.
And also they're like the young pieces that they may or may not want to play with are not going to give them any cap relief by moving
Right.
if you're bringing in
Right.
more experienced
Yeah,
players
exactly.
that are making a little bit more
Yeah.
money or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's going to be tricky. And then the thing is, starting at the beginning of next year, they're on the clock with McDavid, right?
Yeah.
At that point, they're not yet,
Yeah.
right? Because the extension kicks in
That's
next
right.
year, so it's
That's right.
2 years. So this year's like a bonus.
Yep.
But then at the end of this year,
That's right.
they've got 2 years
That's
in
right.
that window
Yep.
to make it happen.
Yeah.
Now, he's actually stated too that I don't know how much PR that's about or not,
Right.
but he did this Players Tribune thing that
Yeah.
said he's like committed to winning in Edmonton and that's what he wants to do and all that. But at some point, you got to deliver as a
You know
team.
what? How many times have you heard players say that and then they get moved? Right?
Yeah, well, it's not even about getting moved. It's like he goes, I'm out of here.
Or
Because-
well, that's what I mean.
Right,
They
right,
move.
Right.
Right? Not that they're trading him or anything, but that he says, okay, put me on the open market because I know I can't win here.
Well, and that's it. Like especially
Yeah.
so if you get into that second year that he's extended for, and at that time, if you haven't won a cup by then,
Yeah.
and you don't
Yep.
sign him to another extension,
Yeah.
like
You're.
before the trade deadline,
It's going to be tough.
now you got to think, well, what does he
Yeah.
want to do?
It's going to be
Is
tough.
he going to want to keep hanging around,
Yeah.
and trying this?
Yeah.
He's 10 years into the league now.
I
Because-
know, which is scary, old. Yeah, so
Old.
older, older. Yeah, so it's going to be a really interesting race down the end here.
Yeah.
To see how things sort of shake out, and if
Yeah.
they can get by certain teams to move on and get that close to that cup, or get the cup.
The
But-
good news for them is they're in the weakest division in the
Oh
league.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
they really maybe that kicks in too, that they don't have to worry about getting into the playoffs, and it's the mindset is about
Right.
getting there and then flipping that switch
Right.
that everybody always talks about.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think? What do you think about the Oilers' chances this year for not only getting into the playoffs? Obviously, they're there, but it looks like they're there. Obviously,
well,
but
especially you Oiler fans who
Yeah.
wonder what you're thinking and
What
what
do you
your
think?
solutions might be to.
yeah, what's going on with the team? Do they have a chance? Let us know in the comments, and maybe we'll use one of those comments in our next show. But you know what? Please like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Really helps the channel. And until next time, keep shooting.
Take it easy.